I'd go by that window up there and I'd see them little boys naked in it. And they'd look at me, you know, as to say, help me.
A Metro couple is behind bars as welfare of their children draws concern from a neighbor. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. I'm Amanda Taylor.
And I'm Carl Torp. That neighbor called police and later learned her hunch was spot on. News on Sylvia Corkio live at the Oklahoma County Jail with what police uncovered inside the family's Northwest OKC apartment.
Carl, Amanda, police entered the apartment where they say they found two children, 3 and 4, covered from head to toe in feces. Their bedroom walls, carpet, and furniture also covered in the same filth.
The house smelled so bad that the officer indicated that she actually was retching while she was in the house because she was overcome by the smell.
The conditions of this apartment so filthy, court filings show officers wore hazmat suits.
When someone dies, they come out and they got white uniform, polices and fire police people, and everybody was covering the parking lot.
Neighbor Barbara North, dubbed the neighborhood grandmother, called police after seeing two naked boys standing behind a window smeared in feces.
They would have dookie all over their face, and their mouths, on their hands.
She says she tried to confront their mother and stepfather.
I'd go around the front, knock on the door, and they wouldn't even open the door.
North refused to give up, calling police and DHS.
It says in the Bible, whoever's done it unto a child has done it unto God. And you know, and I think my calling is to be every child's grandmother.
Police responded and arrested Dakota Dodd and Aubriana Freeman.
I was so happy that finally that justice was served.
When questioned, reports showed Dodd told police his two stepsons were locked in their bedroom for at least 12 hours a day to ensure their mother was able to get enough sleep to keep the kids safe due to the neighborhood. Police say 3 children, 3, 4, and 11 months, were removed from the home.
I put a teddy bear on the fence, and I looked up at that window and I said, you know, you're okay now, God's got you.
Both Dodd and Freeman remain jailed tonight on multiple counts of child neglect. Live from the Oklahoma County Detention Center, Sylvia Corkio, Oklahoma Zone News Now.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Hope your day's going pretty good. My day's going pretty good. Got a story for y'all today coming out of Oklahoma. And shout out to everybody in the state of Oklahoma. Now, before I get started with this story, I want to say this here. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, comment, like the video. It'll be greatly appreciated. Now let's get into the story. Now, this story here is filthy, it's nasty, it's disgusting, it's dirty, it's wrong, it's trifling. All of the dirty things you can think of in your mind, that's what you can say about this story here. We got on the screen here 2 parents. They're not parents, they're not mothers, they're not fathers. They are disgusting human beings, and I'm gonna tell you why. We got Aubriana Freeman and Dakota Dodd. Both are in jail now. Good. They are both in jail. And they are in jail, held in jail under a $250,000 bond. Let's clap one more time for that. Good. Now let's get into the story. A couple in Oklahoma was arrested after police allegedly discovered multiple children locked up in a room covered in feces. A neighbor called 911 after seeing 2 young boys around the ages of 3 and 4 years old naked in the upstairs window. When officers arrived, they discovered almost becoming overcome by the smell of feces and urine inside of the apartment. Officers said 24-year-old Dakota Dodd led officers to a bedroom where the boys were found. Inside the home, they had feces on the walls, feces on the kids, and it was a completely disgusting scene, said the police. The bedroom was connected to a bathroom, but the door was locked from the other side. Dodd allegedly admitted to locking the boys in the room for more than 12 hours a day. Police said the conditions were so severe that the crime scene investigators later wore hazmat suits to protect themselves from the filth. There was a 3rd child in the home who was Dodd's biological child. However, all 3 children belongs to the mother, 22-year-old Ariana Freeman. Both Dodd and Freeman was arrested, and they are facing multiple charges of child neglect. Like I said, they are in jail, and they are in jail placed up under a $250,000 bond. Now let's get into more of the story. So, as you seen in the video, they called the lady the neighborhood grandmother. So she was a neighbor. So she was a neighbor, and she seen 2 little boys in a window, and she also said she tried knocking on the door, saying, trying to see what's going on. You got 2 young men up there, 2 young boys up there in the window. What's going on? What's wrong? But she couldn't get anything going from that, so they didn't care. So the next step she had to take was calling the police. So once the police made it to the home, Dodd came to the door. And when Dodd came to the door, they said he had red whelps and stuff on his face. You know how it be once you are in the house and you're asleep. You know those red whelps that be on your face because you're having a good old sleep. Just having a good old sleep. Slide probably was all on that man's face. Sleeping good in the midst of all that filth. How in the world can a person lay in filth just like this? So the police showed up for a welfare check. And they asked Dodd, is he at home alone? And he said, yes, I'm at home alone. Then he finally told the officers that he is not home alone. And he said he has 2 young men, two boys, which is his sons, upstairs in the room. And the officers asked Dodd, can you escort me up to the room to where the boys are located? So he did just that. On his way up to the room, he heard Dodd on the phone with the mother, Ariana. And she said on the other line, this is what they heard. They heard her say, the cops is at my effing house. So at that moment, she knew that she messed up. She was trying to panic and hurry up and get home, because she knew that her children is laying on the inside this nasty, filthy, disgusting house. So back to the police officer going up the steps. So the police go upstairs, and Dodd, which is the father, acts like he's opening up the door. So he's jiggling on the door handle. He's jiggling on the door handle real hard, like he can't get the door handle, like he can't get the door open. So once they got the door open, the officer said the stench was so bad that it almost knocked him out, and also the stench was so bad that he had to control himself from vomiting. Just think about it. That stinks real, real bad. If you got to control yourself from vomiting, I know that smell very, very bad. So once the boys came to the door, the officer said the boys was covered in feces. Feces, not dirt, not slob. Well, slob could be feces also, because it's a body fluid. But anyway, so the boys was covered in feces, filthy from head to toe. Like the neighbor said, dookie. The kids looked like they had dookie all over them. Probably smudged all over the windows. And it was so filthy on the inside of this home where 3 children stayed. The remaining officers that came to the scene had to wear hazmat suits. Now, hazmat suits are something like this here, as you can see right here in this picture right here. They usually wear these when something is very nasty, filthy, or somebody may be dead on the inside of the house, trying to protect themselves from infection, like a mad scientist or something like this. So they had to wear these hazmat suits to go on inside this filthy, nasty, disgusting house. And I'm glad that they locked this mother and this father up, because they knew better. And the father also told the officers that he was going to take the young man a shower. He was going to take them a bath. So why in the world couldn't he take these young men a bath when there was a bathroom hooked? Matter of fact, it was a bathroom connected to the room. So he could have went upstairs and ran some water. First of all, he should have had that house clean. I can't even imagine coming inside of my home and feces all over the wall, feces all over the furniture, feces all over me, feces all over the toilet, feces all over the sinks. And they also said on the inside of the house, it smelled like urine, real strong urine, that is. Just think about how, they had to wear hazmat suits. They had to stop themselves from vomiting that it smelled so bad on the inside of this house. Child abuse. I call child abuse. And I'm glad that these children was taken away from these two idiots here. These two nasty, filthy, disgusting adults, that is. This right here is straight up sad. And if you see anything like this, whether it's in your family or a neighbor, and I'm glad that this neighbor here seen this right here going on, and she was able to call the police and report this in. Like I said, she tried to knock on the door and tried to resolve it and see what was going on before she even called the police, trying to give the situation a benefit of the doubt. But on the inside of the video, you see how nasty and how trashy that the porch looked. So on the front porch, it was already filthy. Now the officer said they can tell how filthy the house was just by stepping on the front porch. Trash already meeting them at the door. So they already knew that on the inside of this house, it was filthy. I remember one time I walked past somebody's apartment and it was stinking so bad in there that you can smell it once you walk past that apartment. So every time I used to walk past that apartment, I would go out a little bit much deeper so I don't have to smell that straight up filth on the inside of that house. And on the inside of that house, they had brown looking blinds that let you know that they do a lot of smoking on the inside of that house. But I'm glad that these children are in a better place now. They can be somewhere where they can get a good warm shower or a good warm bubble bath. Somebody to take care of them. Now, child protective services don't always protect someone. They don't always do right by these children either. They wind up going to child protective services and wind up losing their life and wind up living in the same type of filthy conditions. But I'm hoping that these children here are in a better position than what they were with their parents. Y'all leave a comment and let me know what y'all think about this. How many years do y'all think they should get? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months of jail? They should go straight to prison for at least about 5 years and learn their lesson, because these children could have died in these conditions. And you may be saying to yourself, how in the world can a child die in a condition like that? This is how a child could die in a condition like that. They can get infected. They can get respiratory problems from breathing in all that filth. They can get infections in their eyes. If they get cut, they can get infected. Breathing in all that stinky urine. Human beings are not supposed to live like animals. Animals have stronger immune systems than us humans do. So a pack of dogs can lay around a bunch of pack of nasty dogs all day long, because dogs and animals are designed to be around filth like that. As a matter of a fact, dogs and animals can be around feces, their own feces, that is. Now, I don't know if they had any dogs or any animals on the inside, or any animals on the inside of this home. But y'all leave a comment and let me know what y'all think about this. Y'all have a good one and y'all have a blessed one. Until I see y'all on the next video, holla at you.